I remember they said we're going to go build houses. And I'm like, I don't think I can build a house. I don't think I can hammer a nail in straight. Well, literally, I can't. I didn't know Spanish. I didn't know anything about it, but I knew that God wanted us to go. And so I convinced you.
You did.
To get out of the pew and come with me down to Guatemala.
What do I know about going to Guatemala? He really wanted to do it, and I thought, okay, I'll do it, but I'm not sure about this. It was way out of my comfort zone, but now looking back, look where we are and how God has been so faithful.
But on that first trip, I remember as clearly as I can hear it today still is God said, Rich, this is what I have for you. And to this day, I'll never forget it. When God speaks to you and says your name, and I didn't know what it meant. I had no idea what God was saying other than this was something special. What I didn't realize, and I don't know how I could have, is that it was going to change my life forever. So we had an opportunity to meet other organizations and get to know what they were doing. And they were doing great work. They were solving urgent needs. But what wasn't happening is the education system was broken, and kids just didn't have access to education.
We specifically saw that education wasn't happening for girls. A lot of times the boys would be the priority for families. If they had the money to send kids to school, it was going to be their sons. And that broke our hearts.
Últimamente los padres de familia han visto la
Lately, the parents have seen the importance of giving education to boys and girls equally. We are improving. Now it's different. Before, there was no opportunity if you were a girl. But now, girls have more access to education.
We know women are important parts of not only family units, but a part of communities. By focusing on girls, that could make a difference not only in their lives, in their families' lives, but in the community at large.
Porque si uno no estudia,
if you don't study, if you don't prepare professionally, there are no possibilities for a greater job opportunity.
When I first met Luisa, it was in 2012 at her sixth grade graduation. Luisa was an incredibly bright student at Colegio Reb and was recognized within the region as one of the best students of all of Cotzal. And she won an award that day, and I had a chance to present that to her. Luisa went on to go to middle school there in the community, but I lost track of her. I don't know what became of her. Hadn't seen her for quite some time, and we were having a luncheon a few years later with some pastors, and I looked over in the corner, and serving soup that day was a young girl who was barefoot sitting on the floor in front of this soup bowl, and she was dishing out the soup. And she looked familiar, but I couldn't quite put my finger on it. And later I found out that was Luisa.
Un buen día para cada uno de ustedes quienes ven esta
A good day to each one of you who are watching this video. My name is Isabel Luisa Toma Garcia. I am 50 years old. I live in the city of San Juan Cotzal, Quiché State, Guatemala, Central America. Currently, I am studying in 10th grade with a major in medicine. My dream is to become a doctor.
Mi sueño es ser un médico.
Estaba preocupada por el color que había.
I was concerned because my doll's color had turned from white to gray. I was worried that my doll had become sick.
Mi muñeca está enferma.
Cuando era pequeño ella.
When she was little, we bought her first doll. She laid the doll flat on the table, and then she said she was going to perform a surgery on the doll. And she opened the doll up and took the inside out. And ever since she was little, she had the desire to be a doctor.
Empecé a cortar, era una muñequita de algodón y empecé a cortar.
It was a little cloth doll,
Me di cuenta
so
que
I cut it.
tenía algodón adentro.
And I found cotton inside.
De pequeña no sabía que
When I was
qué es lo
little,
que
I
tenía
didn't know
dentro,
what was
pero entonces
inside.
luego
So I
cambié
took
el
the
algodón que
cotton
tenía
and
dentro
stuffed
por
it with
unos
new fabric,
trapitos
and I
y
said,
luego dije,
my doll is
mi
cured.
muñeca está curada.
So after lunch, we had a chance to talk to her and her dad, Baltazar. And I learned that Luisa, the bright student from Colegio Reb, was no longer able to continue with education. Her dreams, which were to become a doctor, even as early as I knew her in 6th grade, had come to an end. She was done with school after 9th grade, and she was serving soup.
Desde muy pequeña quería.
Since I was little, I wanted to help others, but I think that more than anything else was because I saw a lot of sick people and I was sickly as a child. So ever since I was small, I was around doctors and all of that.
Sí, lo platicamos con mi papá y le dije que yo
At the
quería
end of
seguir
middle school, I
estudiando.
talked to my dad and told him that I wanted to continue my studies, but he said he could help me, but only with the very basic things.
Por cosas muy básicas.
Her capability, her future was too bright to let her just sit there. And so Wind offered her a scholarship to high school. And she went to Neba to go to high school for 2 years to focus on medicine for 2 years. And she, again, not surprisingly, when she got back in school, she again excelled. I went to her graduation and sat with her family, and I've never seen such proud parents to see their daughter graduate from high school. And then Wind decided to continue to support her as she went on to university.
When we heard the news, my parents were very excited and I also was very excited. It was a miracle from God. And I always say that Wind of God has been a great blessing for my life and also for Cotzal.
Pues siempre le he dicho a mis estudiantes, a todos, a los varoncitos.
I always
y
said to my
niñas,
students, boys and
digo
girls,
que
I tell them that everything is
se puede
possible
con
with
Dios.
God. All you
Solo
have to
se
do is
tiene
give
que
your best
entregar,
effort,
tener la
have the
voluntad,
desire, and you can do it.
y se puede. Yo
I always
siempre los
encourage them
animo
to put God first.
y primero con Dios.
In the past, when we were there, the kids would have fairly meager, simple dreams of what they wanted to become. And what we've seen over time, as kids get educated, as they get exposure to new things, is their dreams have become bigger. But what we're doing is providing hope for future generations of kids and families in this community.
It's definitely given girls a voice that they didn't have before.
Pero yo siento que yo puedo ayudar a Cotzal de otra manera.
I feel that I can help Cotzal in other
Y le
ways.
decía,
I told him, I know that you help people spiritually. I know you are God's instrument to save lives. But I want to be different. I want to help people. That is what led me to study medicine. My dad inspired me. That was what inspired me to continue. I'm here thanks to you and the WIN team and all the people that have a big heart to support us. I'm here pursuing that goal that I have and also in my dad's honor because it was a father and daughter goal. I always said that WIN of God was like a miracle, an institution that makes miracles happen. And WIN of God has truly been a blessing to my life and to San Juan Cotzal.